El legendario actor y director Mel Gibson fue recientemente nombrado embajador por Donald Trump para que lo represente en la industria de Hollywood para recuperar el mundo y la industria del cine de Estados Unidos junto con Sylvester Stallone y Jon Voight. De todo esto, Mel Gibson apenas se había enterado leyendo el posteo por redes sociales antes de incluso haber recibido una llamada telefónica. Se comunicó recientemente con el periodista americano John Hannity, donde comentó acerca de cómo está perfectamente listo y dispuesto para llevar a cabo esta tarea. ¿Qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos a Planeta Arcadia, yo soy Pablo y vamos a hablar hoy un poco más de nuestro queridísimo corazón valiente, nuestro queridísimo El Patriota, nuestro queridísimo Mad Max, Mel Gibson. No hace falta que mencione todos los aportes que ha hecho para la industria y sobre todo convirtiéndose en un ícono del cine para todo el planeta Tierra con peliculones como Corazón Valiente, como El Patriota, como La Pasión de Cristo, entre muchas otras. Estoy dejando afuera Arma Mortal, Forever Young, Maverick. Bueno, tenemos un montón de películas en su haber dramáticas, comedias románticas, películas de superacción y ahora mismo está a punto de estrenarse en el cine Flight Risk, que acá en Argentina la van a estrenar como Amenaza en las Alturas, protagonizada por Mark Wahlberg, que ya se convirtió en la película más vista en el cine en Estados Unidos en su fin de semana de estreno. Pueden ver el artículo en la Variety, donde está todo publicado y ahí evidenciado. No cabe duda de que el público tiene hambre de entretenimiento y de buenas películas bien actuadas, bien producidas y que tengan como prioridad entretener a la audiencia. Alguien que sabe a la perfección de esta industria y de este oficio es Mel Gibson, quien acaba de hablar con John Hannity y comentó cómo, a pesar de estar sorprendido por la noticia de haber sido designado por Donald Trump con semejante tarea titánica para salvar la industria del cine de Estados Unidos, está listo, dispuesto a aceptar semejante tarea. Mira.
Here tonight, legendary actor, director, our friend Mel Gibson is back, who is out with a gripping new thriller. I've liked every movie Mel's ever made, to be very honest with you. It's at the top of my list, The Passion of the Christ. Anyway, it's called Flight Risk. Sir, how are you? Great to see you.
Good, Sean. How are you doing?
I'm good. First of all, I'm really sorry for you, for all the people in California, all that you've had to live through. Also, congratulations on your appointment by President Trump.
Yeah, well, you come with nothing, you go with nothing. Everything in between is just a bumpy adventure, right, Sean? I'm living in gratitude. Trump's out, he did, I found out I was some kind of ambassador at the same time as you did, probably on a tweet. So I was surprised, but hey, I'm ready, willing, and able to be of service in any way I can.
You know, you, Sly, and Jon Voight, three of my, I don't love a lot of people in Hollywood, I'm gonna be blunt, but you're three of my favorite people out there and three of the best people in the industry. So I thought it was funny when I read, you did not get a phone call about it, you just heard about it. I read it, I think it was a Hollywood Reporter.
Yeah. Well, I think Trump shoots from the hip, you know, and, but hey, I'm here to be of service. You know?
Yeah, good for you. And I know Sly feels the same way, and Jon Voight feels the same way as well. And I think the three of you actually can really help. The film industry has been hurt in so many different ways, in part because of rules and regulations and high taxes, like so many other liberal Democratic states. How bad has it been? You've been living through these wildfires. You read about hydrants that don't have water. You read about cutting firefighters' budgets. You read about reservoirs that are empty. I mean, it's got to be frustrating.
Well, it is. And this confluence of events coming together, there are those who say, hey, they must have done it on purpose. I won't go that far. But if they didn't do it on purpose, I think they certainly facilitated it. And you know, my heart goes out to all the other residents. You meet people all the time who've lost their homes, and you know, you talk and commiserate and buck each other up, and everyone's putting on a brave face. They're a good bunch out here. I'm glad Trump's here at the moment. You know, it's like Daddy arrived and he's taking his belt off. You know, so I think he'll get some results here quickly. And you know, as far as being an ambassador goes, I think, you know, looking at tax incentives, I know Newsom gave some tax incentives, but maybe not enough because it's still not working. And there are other things that offset that. I mean, I had to shoot a film for one day in LA, and it was cheaper for me to take the whole crew and fly them to Europe and shoot for 3 days, lodge them, fly them, everything, than it was to shoot one day just down the road. So there's something wrong there. And I think there are solutions. I know Arnold tried to level the playing field years ago. He couldn't do it because there were obstacles. He tried though.
Yeah. You know, I look at this, and I mean, it kind of was a big deal, at least in my world. I'm nowhere at the level that you are in terms of celebrity, but when I left New York, I was kind of shocked that there was so much news about it. And I did make a bold statement. I said, I'm sick of the crime. I'm sick of horrible schools. I'm sick of high taxes. I'm sick of burdensome regulation. I'm sick of, woke everything. And I'm sick of the violence. And I made a decision. I cut the cord. I cut it hard, and I left. And I have no intention of ever going back. But you stay in California. Yeah. Why?
I do. Well, a lot of people have left, and I don't blame them. I mean, and they leave for the same reasons that you've just mentioned. It didn't suit them anymore. Even, people who were liberal, it didn't suit them anymore. But if everybody leaves, what's going to happen?
Well, I can tell you what's happening. You know what Andrew Cuomo famously said in New York? He goes, tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich. God, we did. God forbid the rich leave. And you know what's happening where I am in South Florida? They keep talking about Wall Street South. All of these big private equity firms and banks, they're all moving at least half of their offices down here. And it's helping the state of Florida, I think the free state of Florida. And it's increasing the amount of money they have for infrastructure, the amount of money they have to help people. Mm-hmm. You don't have the problems that you're plagued with in big cities like LA, San Francisco, New York, and Chicago. I mean, it kind of makes sense. As now an ambassador for Hollywood, what is your message for the mayor?
It's, keep the kids on the farm, and be competitive with the rest of the world. I mean, we're just going, like what you said with Wall Street and everything else, we're going somewhere else because it's more cost effective. There's just a lot of prohibitive regulations and things in the way that I think could be lifted. But I'll talk with the guys about that later and get more specific. And I have to educate myself on that more too. But I think it can be fixed.
Tell me, go ahead.
Why not?
Tell me about flight risk, and my understanding is you have in the works maybe a sequel to The Passion of the Christ, which I'm very interested in, if that happens. Yeah.
Well, flight risk is, hey, it's fast and it's fun. It's entertainment, and people have been going to see it and texting me and saying they're digging it, so hey, I'm happy. Because it's like anything. It's like if you're a chef and you share a meal with people, you want to know they dug it. So that's good. And as far as the resurrection goes, yeah, that's in the works. It's ambitious, and but I'm pretty excited about that. And I hope to get the wheels grinding on that sometime this year.
No, that would be great. I'll quote you from Braveheart. We've got to try. We've got to try what we've been doing these 3 years. Obviously, I watch. I watch your films a lot.
A lot of films.
Yeah, I do. All right, Mel Gibson, we really appreciate your time. Thank you for being with us. Check out Flight Risk in theaters now around the country.
Personalmente no puedo esperar para ver Flight Risk o Amenaza en las Alturas. Ya quiero que se estrene en Argentina para poder ir a verla al cine. Y yo lo que quiero saber ahora es qué opinan ustedes acerca de todo lo que nos puede deparar el futuro, teniendo a un referente como Mel Gibson, teniendo un cargo que se merece, un cargo que necesita la industria del cine en los Estados Unidos. 2. Pongan por favor todo ahí abajo en comentarios que quiero leerlos. Si vieron el video hasta acá y les gustó, por favor dejen un buen like. Y para estar atentos y pendientes de todas las noticias del mundo de la cultura pop y del entretenimiento y del cine, es muy importante que se suscriban a Planeta Arcadia y activen la campanita para no perderse ninguna notificación de cada vez que publicamos un nuevo video o estamos transmitiendo en directo. Yo soy Pablo, a mí me pueden seguir en X para que estemos en contacto y nos vemos en el próximo informe.